Welcome one and all. My name is Andrew and I'm here with my very good friend Patience, and we are extremely proud to present to you the very first episode of What Happens in the Neighbourhood. So for the next 30 minutes or so, we'll be discussing the things we love about the local communities of the United Kingdom. I'm talking about small town myths, local legends, the bizarre, the funny, the outrageous, and the eccentric characters that we all hear about from time to time, but are never sure if they're true or not. You'll also hear some astonishing facts about towns and villages across the UK, and some weekly news stories, again all featuring small towns and villages up and down Britain. You may be asking yourselves why? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this, Patience?
Why are we doing this? So basically, we're doing this to get into the power of the neighborhoods, to understand locals in the UK, but also to create those relationships with their neighborhoods and understand the power of communities. Because we think during these times with the recession and the struggles that we're facing right now, we definitely do need some bit of neighborhood connection, local connection within UK. And it's almost coming to summertime, which I feel like this is the perfect time for us to get social with each other after this entire last 4 months of 2023 have been crazy. And we could use a little bit of good news.
So yeah, get comfortable, sit yourself in a nice chair and pour yourself something cold and fizzy. What about that?
Yeah, I like that. I'm having a bit of water right now, so I think that's really feasible enough for me right now. It's
Water?
yeah.
Come on, it's
Yes.
Friday.
Do you know what? I do have a bit of a rosé and red wine waiting for me after this, so I'll definitely turn up a little bit after this. How about you?
Fantastic. And from my experiences, recording anything whilst you're having a drink of alcohol is never a good idea.
Mm,
So it's
is it?
probably no, it's never a good idea. So it's probably good we're gonna hold out. But okay, so here we go, episode 1. So we're going to open these episodes by going through the latest news stories and local news stories and seeing what we can sniff out. I think there's something happening this weekend, isn't there, Patience, across the UK?
Yes, there is. I actually saw an article regarding the King's coronation. How do I say it? King's
Coronation, the
coronation. Yeah. Yeah, so apparently it's so cool. Like 2 days ago, an article came out saying that five friends were camping out for days. I don't know if it was like 5 days or so, but they were camping out for days on the mall, and their pensioners, they were just like basically excited for this big day to get like a prime spot to watch the ceremony
yeah.
processions on the day of the king's coronation, which I think is really cute. And they're like, so there's, I think it's like four. There's Tinsley, and Jesse Young, who's 81, niece, Shirley, Elizabeth, because they could not miss this event. And I think it's like the cutest thing ever. Imagine going with your neighbor, camping outside, having a bit of a cuppa, but also creating those memories just ahead of time of the king's coronation. I really do hope they do get like a nice spot in the front. They deserve it because that's dedication right there. And I love it. I'm here for it.
Wow. Wow. And so hang on, they started camping 5 days before the coronation. Is that right?
I think so. I'm not really sure. I don't want to say how long, but the article came out 2 days ago, which was Wednesday. And if we're counting from Wednesday by the coronation, it'll be like 3 or close to 5 days now.
Well, you see, this is the type of person we want to talk about in the podcast. It's these little eccentric
Yes.
people that live up and down the country. Just reading up on the coronation, there's a chap here called John Loffrey, and he is known as Princess Diana's superfan. I don't know whether he knows the bad news, but Lady Diana passed away a good few years ago now.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's heard. But John, 63, from Streatham, pitched up camp on the Mall on Thursday, April 27th. So he's going to be there a good 10 days before the coronation. And
amazing.
he's so excited, he said about it. It's a once in a lifetime occasion, and not everyone gets to see the coronation. We're ever so proud of the king and his queen Camilla, as
Hmm.
the king can't work alone. That's what he said. And when asked why he set up camp so early, John said, "We like to see the build up to the coronation. It's not just the day.
Aw.
We like being in St James's Park near Buckingham Palace and seeing the other campers as well. That's what it's all about. On the day, all our food will be coronation themed: coronation biscuits, coronation champagne, and coronation
Hmm.
cake."
Everything coronation, and they're gonna have a TV show as well. It just makes sense now.
Yeah, they should do. I mean, they should have coronation
Yeah,
chicken. I don't know if
as
you've,
well. Yeah.
but yeah. Um, Anything else going on in the news about
There's a lot going on
there is.
in like neighborhood stories and stuff like that, but definitely the biggest one right now we have is the coronation. I really wonder what it's gonna be like on the day when it happens, but I certainly look forward to sitting on my sofa and just seeing it happen in real time on BBC. And I can't be there because I live very far away from London. And yeah, I don't know what the weather's going to be like, but I hope it will be great on that day as well.
Cool, cool. Okay. Well, yeah. So that's what's going on in the news this week. Okay, so we are going to introduce the very first quiz. Now, anyone listening, please feel free to join in. Every week, I'm going to be asking patients three questions, all to do with,
Oh,
yep, all to do with Britain. And we're going to keep tabs on how many she gets. I hope you're not. I hope you haven't been doing research or cheating at all, have you, patients?
do you know, I have not yet. So this is going to be a bit of a surprise. It feels like I'm taking a test that I didn't want to.
It is a test. It is a test. So there's a lot of pressure on your shoulders. So
Okay, let's
here we
go.
go. Three questions. Question number one:
Yes.
How many villages? How many villages are there in Britain? Is it A?
Mm,
Hang on. Is it A 6,116? Is it B
hmm
12,801? Or is it C 3,282?
Wow, that's very specific.
It is.
Um, I'm gonna go for the safest option, which I think, because I know like in UK we have a lot of, like Greenland and a lot of farms, and the countryside is definitely a lot better than living in the city, just in terms of like health and food wise. But then again, it's like, okay, so I would say 6,116. I think that was A, right?
It is A. You have got it correct. Well done.
Ah!
Well done.
Yes. Yay.
So, question two. What is the oldest recorded town in Britain? Is it A, Whitby? Is it B, Colchester? Or is it C, Plymouth?
Oh, oh, okay. I don't know this one because I feel like it's A, just because of the way the name sounds is very yeah, like it feels like it was named like time ago. I would say I'm gonna go with A. It's Whitby.
Oh, no, I'm afraid you got that wrong. It's B, Colchester.
Really? Are you actually afraid? Because you look really happy that I got it wrong.
I'm a little bit happy you got it wrong, and I need to question
Yeah.
why. Yeah. But yeah, so anyone listening from Whitby, I do apologise on Patience's behalf.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Okay, your third and final question for this week.
Hmm.
What city is hosting this year's Eurovision? Is it A, London, B,
Hmm.
Glasgow, or C, Liverpool?
Okay, so I think I know this one just because like I do like Eurovision. I would say Liverpool.
It is Liverpool. Nice.
Okay, that's good. Yay.
Got 2 out of 3 on your first week. That's not bad. That's not bad.
It's not bad. It's not
Anyone that
bad.
got 3 out of 3 out there, well done. And to anyone
Hmm.
who got less than that, including patients, you should be very ashamed of yourselves and you need to
Do you
do
know
your homework.
what? Do you know what? If anyone that got 3 out of 3, I challenge you to like leave us a comment and so we can see who the real bit breeds are out there
Yeah.
and we can be ashamed together. Even if you failed, just drop a comment and just let us know, like, oh yeah, you got one. If you got zero, better. Let us know because then I can feel better about myself.
We're doing this, as we said at the start of the podcast, to hopefully bring back that community spirit a little bit and bring back a little bit of pride in the neighborhood. And we do that through an app called Haikinjo, which is a brand new app that connects you with local professionals, promotes your side hustle, and hopefully turns your neighbors into friends. And genuinely speaking, makes your life better. Have you got any more to add to that, Patience?
Not really. I think you described it really well, to be honest. So just to add on to that a little bit more, we're really about just creating human connections and making life a lot better in the UK and, building self-reliant communities where if I wanted, like, for example, I know, like, back in my country, like, if I wanted, like, a bit of sugar, or I don't have like enough salt, I can just easily go to my neighbor and just say, hey, do you have some salt that I can use? Because I don't have time to go to the shop. I'm cooking something, or hey, do you mind just looking after, like this for me, and then I'll come back and get it. Just little stuff like that. Like we want to create a space within UK where you can feel comfortable enough, feel safe enough to rely within your local community and, help you save some money as well with the recession that's happening right now. It's definitely a great time for us to look at different ways that we can connect with each other and help each other right now. And, save some money, some pennies for a rainy day at the same time. And with this whole digital currency thing coming into place, I think it's the perfect time for us to rely on one another as neighbors, as friends, as family, as partners, or whatever relationship status you want to be in, and and build that. And that's it for me.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, great stuff. So yeah, that's Haikinjo. Feel free to download it now and get started. Okay, so now we're going to move to a little corner of the podcast where I will be speaking about a local legend. They might be real, they might be not. That's for you to decide. So, without further ado, I welcome you to the Chamber of British Legends. Episode 1, we are going to be going through perhaps one of the biggest or the biggest myth stroke legend in British folklore. That is of somebody called Robin Hood. You may have seen the one of the films. Have you seen one of the films, Patience?
Yes, I think I've seen all of them, to be honest. I like the one where he is cute. I like him. He's cute.
The Disney one? The
No, there
cartoon?
was one like where it's the real life version and he's got
Oh,
like
Kevin
ginger
Costner?
hair. Yes, that one. That's it.
Kevin
Yeah.
Costner, yeah. Yeah, the only thing about that one is that he had an American accent throughout the whole of the film. It's just really
Maybe that's why
confusing.
I liked him. Yeah.
Okay. So Robin Hood, I am stealing this straight from Historic UK, and I will tag you guys in the podcast. So here we go. Robin Hood. Legend has it that Robin Hood was an outlaw living in Sherwood Forest with his merry men. But did he really exist? There are several versions of the Robin Hood story. The Hollywood one is that of an incredibly handsome man, Errol Flynn, clothed in garments of Lincoln green, fighting for the rights of the oppressed and outwitting the evil Sheriff of Nottingham. However, the first known literary reference to Robin Hood and his merry men was in 1377, and the Sloane manuscripts in the British Museum have an account of Robin's life, which states that he was born around 1160 in Lockerslie, most likely modern day Locksley, in South Yorkshire. Another chronicler has it that he was a Wakefield man and took part in Thomas of Lancaster's rebellion in 1322. One certain fact is that he was a North Country man with his traditional haunts as an outlaw in Sherwood Forest and a coastal refuge at Robin Hood's Bay in Yorkshire. One well-known story about Robin that places him in Whitby, Yorkshire, is about him and Little John having a friendly archery contest. Both men were skilled at archery, and from the roof of the monastery they both shot an arrow. The arrows fell at Whitby Laves, more than a mile away. Afterwards, the fields where the arrows landed were known as Robin Hood's Close and Little John's Close. Robin became a popular folk hero because of his generosity to the poor and downtrodden peasants, and his hatred of the sheriffs who enforced the oppressive forest laws. Some chroniclers date his exploits as taking place during the reign of Edward II, but other versions say the king was Richard I, the Lionheart. All versions of the Robin Hood story give the same account of his death, however. As he grew older and became ill, he went with Little John to Kirklees Priory near Huddersfield to be treated by his aunt, the prioress. But a certain Sir Roger de Doncaster persuaded her to murder her nephew, and the prioress slowly bled Robin to death. With the last of his strength, he blew on his horn. Sorry, that's not funny. With the last of his strength, he blew on his horn, and Little John came to his aid, but was too late. Little John placed Robin's bow in his hand and carried him to a window from where Robin managed to lose one arrow. Robin asked Little John to bury him where the arrow landed, which he duly did. A mound in Kirklees Park, within bowshot of the house, can be seen and is said to be the last resting place. Little John's grave can be seen in the Hathersage churchyard in Derbyshire. So Robin did exist, apparently, but not quite in the same way as Robin Hood we all think of, the cinematic Robin of Sherwood, Prince of Thieves. His story, however, remains one of the best known tales of English folklore. There we go. Robin Hood.
Love it. Robin Hood.
Robin
It
Hood.
was definitely in the hood. It was
Yeah.
not, it wasn't a neighborhood.
Robin of the
It's
neighborhood.
definitely,
But yeah,
yeah.
we could do with a few more of those at the moment. Stealing from the rich and giving to the poor. Sorry, not stealing. Stealing's not a good thing to do. Nobody steal.
No. Yes. But maybe just not giving to the rich. Maybe we can just do that and giving to each other
Maybe
instead.
just giving to the poor or giving to each other. Giving to each other. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Great. Great. So yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think Robin was real or not? Let us know. You probably know
Mm-hmm.
more than us, so feel free to drop us a comment on our socials. Tune in to see who we will be talking about next week. Okay, so Patience, over to you for events happening in the UK. You are younger and hipper, so what is going on?
All right, so for May, we've got NTS Presents One Day Festival, which is in South London, and it's actually its first ever music festival, bringing a little bit of like electric lineup artists, DJs from Zach Fox, Dry Cleaning, Helen Santino, Nala Cinefro, Munsa Brown, Abba Shanti, Anu Flo Dale, Lil C, Theo Parish, Sedef, and Crystal Mess Malibu. And this is on the 27th of May. It actually sounds really exciting because it's the first one and it seems like it's going to be exciting, honestly. It's just a lot of DJs and a lot of artists as well. And another one that's happening, obviously, the Harry Styles show, which is on the 23rd of, oh my God, that's so exciting. He's so good looking. So, yeah, so for all the all the girlies, the fans, and all the ones that want to see Harry Styles, continuing your night with Harry, enjoy seeing him in person. I'm sure he's dashing as he looks on TV. So we've got Judy Love Live, who is one of the most outstanding UK's standout performers. She's going to be bringing a little bit of comic on stage, taking everyday relatable situation with the audiences and making different jokes out of it as well and hilarious routines. And yeah, so I look forward to that one. I do want to go see this one. I'm actually interested in it as well. And this is going to be on the 20th of May on Saturday, so 7 days before the other one. And yeah, so right now there's only front circle seats available right now. So I'm gonna purchase those as soon as I can and go see her. She's hilarious. I love her actually. She's really funny.
What's her
Yeah,
name? Sorry,
Judy
Judy.
Love.
Judy Love. Okay, I'll
Yeah,
check her out. Um,
yeah.
there's so much going on in May. Over the country. We've got Avril Lavigne, Post Malone,
Oh my God, I
E17.
love that.
Do you know
Yeah,
E17?
wow. No, I know Avril Lavigne, not A17, sorry. Yeah, she's fun.
Yeah, she's fun. E17, you're not missing much. Don't worry about them. They're a boy band from the 90s.
Oh,
Uh,
okay, okay.
yeah, they're not they're not my cup of tea. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
There's
What was your
also
cup of tea? Do you have any like 90s bands that you used to listen to back in the day? I was gonna say I remember do you know like Backstreet Boys? Who was the one that sang You Are My Fire, the one
that is Backstreet Boys.
desire is
What
okay,
a
I'm so
lovely
old
voice
at
as
it.
well. I didn't know
Thank
you could
you.
sing. Um,
I don't know if someone will feel the same way, but thank you.
I mean, there's loads of people playing. We got Beyonce playing at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on the 30th of May. Probably sold out.
Wow. Yeah, definitely sold out.
Yeah.
I don't know if there'll be a ticket. Probably like 2,000 or something extortionate for
Yeah.
resale right now.
And
Crazy.
Elton John's playing on the 30th of May at the O2.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
That's
probably sold
amazing.
out as well.
Mm-hmm.
But
We've
yeah,
got
so
Russell Howard as well on
Russell
the
Howard.
21st.
And also, if you're around 18th of May to the 21st of May, we have Pub in the Park in Marlow.
Mm,
And it's Pub in the Park is the UK's largest tour of its kind and is a celebration of the very best music, drink, and food there is out there. And yes, definitely one for all the foodies out there.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love food. Any kind of food.
I like food. It keeps you alive. It's good.
It does. It makes you happy.
It makes you happy. Yeah. And okay, great. So that's the events happening over the next few weeks. Let us know if you go to any of these events or any other events up and down the country and send us some photos on the social media, photos and videos. We'd love to see them.
Yeah, tag us at Hiking Joe Official on Instagram and on TikTok as well.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna end on happy and good news stories, which we will be ending on every week because why not? There's so many unhappy news stories in the world. Why not leave it on a bit of a positive note? So, Patience, have you got anything to kick us off with?
Yeah, so I've got one. So I love swimming. I love being outdoors. The clutch of old leaders are being reopened across UK as people are describing the joys of like and health benefits of open air swimming. So that's being changed a little bit. Definitely not where I'm living, but there's Cleveland Pools in Bath, Sealands in Brighton, and Albert Avenue in Hull, and then Towler in Aberdeenshire. And these are just outdoor spaces where people can swim outside, and it looks lush, especially the one that's in Bath. It looks amazing, and the one in Brighton as well. So there's going to be a lot of like those pools, outdoors pools, just in time for summertime, isn't it? To swim outside and put on your swimming suit and just go out and have fun.
It is, and I would be disappointed if a place called Bath didn't have a good outdoor swimming pool.
That would be very contradicting. It would be like,
Yes.
but your name is, but come on, come on.
That's a good one. I've come across this story, which we've actually shared on the social media this week, about a World War II veteran with no surviving relatives who celebrated his 105th birthday with more than 3,000 cards from kind-hearted strangers. How nice is that? So his name
It's
is
amazing.
Ernest Horsfall. It says here was showered with cards from generous well-wishers after the Royal British Legion called for the brave ex-serviceman to be honoured for his landmark birthday. Ernest, who has seen 27 prime ministers and 5 British monarchs in his lifetime, said he
Wow.
was, yeah, that's amazing. Said he was surprised and amazed at how many people had written to him. So how cool is that? 105 and 3,000 people send you birthday cards. That's very cool. Nice one.
That's amazing. It shows that you've done something amazing for people to do that. But I
It
hope he's
does.
having a great day. I bet he
Yeah.
is.
Nice one, Ernest, and all the best. Yeah, so that's
Amazing.
just a very small example of what how people can change somebody's life, how communities can change someone's life, and the positive effects we can all have if we're just that little bit more kinder to each other. And yeah, so cool. Thank you very much for joining us for this very first pilot episode of our podcast. And Patience, have you got any parting words?
Just that, I look forward to more stories with the next few episodes. But overall, thank you so much, guys, for listening to us. We're gonna have so much more in store for you. We'll look forward to connecting with you. It doesn't matter where you are in the UK. Even if you are moving to the UK, please just give us a comment, drop us a chat, anything. Just communicate with us. We're here to make local lifestyle a lot easier for anyone that's moving to the UK or anyone that's in the UK that want to make friends, even become friends with us. We're here for that. So yeah, I look forward to it, and I am excited to see how we're going to build this community.
Excellent. And I'm excited to see if anyone can beat Patience on the weekly quiz.
No one is going to do that.
No one's
Just
going to
me.
do
I'm going
that.
to win it.
Okay,
Yeah.
she's laid down the gauntlet now. So, yeah. Cool. All right, guys. See you later. Many thanks. Bye for now. Stay safe.
Thank you. Bye.